Hey YouTube people, this is Kelvin. I'm going to do this video, and it's called basically influence, and it's talking about, let's look like this. Whether you're a creation, whether you're young, old, whatever, God gave you. If you were born basically into this world, so God gave you, influence. He gave you that. He gave you that thing about you. He gave you. He basically gave you. How do you say it? He gave you. He gave you influence, really, or he gave you. Influence. He gave you personality. He gave you. You know. He basically just made you. He made you. He made you in his image, but he gave you your personality. You gave you your whole everything about you. There are things about you that are ingrained in you. He gave. The thing is, though, we all, whether we believe it or not, we all have influence on people, whether it be good, bad. You know, and Jesus talks about. He talks about how a tree will be recognized by its fruit. So you either make a tree good or you make it bad. And a tree that doesn't produce good fruit will be cut down and will be tossed into the fire. So think about it like that. We're all trees, whether we're light trees or dark trees or whatever. We're all one of two things. We're either a life tree or a death tree. Proverbs talks about how life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who love the fruits will eat the fruits of it. So if you're a death tree, then and people love that, and the whole misery loves company. And so, but if you want to be one of those death trees, then you'll be put in the fire. But this is just me. I'm just going to encourage you guys. We got to be careful with our influence, and how we have to be so careful with our influence, because there are people watching. There are people watching here. There are people watching in heaven. Hey, you don't think people watch in heaven? People watch in heaven. It says we have a host of angels. This is for Christians. It says we have a host of angels that watch us. So let us toss every sin aside, every hindrance, So yeah, we gotta cast everything that's going to hinder us from winning this race, or from basically qualifying us for the prize, which is Christ Jesus. But going back to influence, you could either be one that speaks life to people or one that speaks death. I could say this, like how do you like, what do you spend most of your time doing? Do you spend your time lifting up people? Do you spend your time bringing down people? Do you say things that are good, or do you say things that are bad? That's basically how you'll know what kind of a tree you are. says something about, you know, you don't pick grapes from thistles, and I think Jesus was talking about those that were wolves in sheep's clothing or some on that point. But yeah, that's pretty much the message I want to say, and the message that I want to share with y'all about influence. So I mean, we gotta be careful. That even ties into what I was talking about as far as our children are our future. So, I mean, even the kids watch us. The kids watch you, you know. Parents, your kids are watching you. So we must tread lightly on what you do, what you say, you know, because your kids will pick up on that. And then you're gonna wonder why your kids act like that. You have to realize what you do, what you say, is going to come back tenfold on you. So, and also I'm going to talk about that. As well. Children are future. I believe when we start checking back on what they're watching, when we start, you know, just when we start doing all the things that we did before, and stop and, you know, taking more precautions as far as like what the kids watch. As soon as we do that, I believe that's when we'll begin to, you know, get a little better, even though this country is going downhill. Like, we'll be better for humanity, we'll be better as far as humanity goes, and we'll be better as far as, you know, I mean, because, believe it or not, you know, even in the video games, we have to be so careful because they can produce subliminal messages that you don't even know about. Oh, matter of fact, there was something that I had saw. I was really shocked because I'm a fan of this game. You know, what is it? Yeah, I'm very, very shocked at this game because. And I kind of had a feeling something wasn't right with the game, especially when I was young, for some reason. But, I'm a big fan of Mario, but, I was totally, totally disappointed in this message. Let me see. I'm still going to be a Mario fan no matter what. Okay, so... But I saw this message and here we go. This was a father and his children found a subliminal message in Super Mario Brothers. You know, like how when you're a kid and everything, it's like, you know how you had to blow everything. It was just like it was the hardest thing you had to do to get the thing working. And I think his children shook the cartridge or something, and you know, I mean, you don't think certain things are gonna pop in.
What I just came across in this game.
What I just found on YouTube.
Okay. I believe this was possibly a subliminal message that was put in the game by Nintendo. And apparently it was found when my kids were actually, they said that they were wiggling the cartridge when they were playing the game. I don't know why or what they were doing, but they wiggled the cartridge when they were on the special world, and a new message came up, and I want you guys to take a look at this. This is not bullshit. This is real.
Find
And
the cursor.
and this is a recording straight from our Super Nintendo and our TV. But I want you guys to take a look at this because this is really interesting of what I found. I mean, check this out. Watch this. You see that right there? Yes. Doesn't say special. It says right there clearly, it says fuck you. Yeah. I'm just as shocked as you guys are. It actually has fuck you up there instead of special. And like I said, you know, my kids, they said that they wiggled the cartridge when they, you know, were in this area, and they somehow, I think what happened is that they warped out and warped back in, and then it said this instead of special. And I actually, I don't know. I mean, we've tried it 2 times already, and this is the second time it's come up, so this is actually, I believe this was intentional. If Nintendo did put this in here, I do believe this was intentional and something that was possibly, you know, something that was leaked into the game. But yeah, I mean, wow, I'm really surprised to actually see this. I think this is going to be really big news when, you know, when I talk to Nintendo and talk to, you know, whoever else is interested in this. But this is pretty big. I can't believe that Nintendo actually leaked a swear word like this into one of their games. And some of you might be saying, "Oh, it's not intentional because it's a glitch." No, I mean this is intentional right here. I don't care what any of you guys are saying. This is intentionally put in. You can even tell by the stars up there on the screen. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm gonna call Nintendo up because I want to have a talk to them about this. They shouldn't be putting cuss words like this into the game like this where my kids can see it. I mean, this is a kids' game. They shouldn't be doing this. This is not right. This is not right at all.
There you have it. Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of Mario back then, you know. I still am now, but I don't know. But I don't know if y'all believe me, fine. If not, hey, I just ran across this, so. But alright, I'm gonna go to bed now because I gotta get up tomorrow and get my car. I love you guys. Take care.